Hello and welcome to Trigger Warning. Before we start tonight, I think it's important we clear up some misconceptions because I'm seeing a lot of stuff typed online about us. For example, I'm not actually very sensitive. Cherry is a teetotaler, and Graham cannot possibly be the racist that everyone's claiming he is with hashtag Graham is a racist on Twitter. How do I know? It's because he spends most of his time grooming young Asian girls on Instagram. Graham, put down your phone, put down your cock, roll that shit.
It's time for Trigger Warning.
Trigger warning! Fuck your feelings, you little snowflake! Triggerwarning.tv.
He's all annoyed with me now. Oh, madam's having a fucking bit. All this time, Graham keeps saying to me, stop telling people I'm a racist, man. Why are you telling? They're all saying I'm a racist. And I finally do you a favour. And this is how I get repaid with the attitude. A prick. Mate, I'm no, really, let down. It's not a secret that you groom young Asian girls on Instagram. We've covered that extensively. Put yourself on screen while I talk to you, if you don't mind. I don't know what your problem is. I've tried to help you out here because I know the hashtag Graham is a racist is picking up speed on Twitter.
It is getting quite popular, yes.
And I'm trying to help you out. So now it will be much better, won't it?
Yeah. Kiddie fiddler.
Yeah, Graham is a paedophile. Don't hashtag that. He'll get upset.
Yeah, let's not fuck about it.
No, let's not do that.
They don't take your kids off you for
I just
being
said don't. You heard me.
Yeah.
I said don't.
And telling people on the internet not to do things always works.
Every time. Nobody does anything I tell them not to do. That's the way it works. Hello to everyone in Troll Central there on Lively. Good to see Aphid, Lip, Blind Dude, Happy Dog, and Kid Shalene. Happy Dog, we're going to be seeing you next week because, of course, there's no Trigger Warning TV show next week because it's Liveleak's birthday. So on the 30th, not the 31st, because that's Halloween, which is a very special holiday in the Hewitt household. On the 30th, we're going to be doing a Liveleak show, and there will be a Trigger Warning podcast. It might just come either a day early or 2 days later. We've not decided yet. So next Tuesday, it's going to be a Liveleak show. All the information for that will be on Liveleak. We're going to have Happy Dog down. I think Wingman John's coming in. Can't wait for that. Not seen him for ages. That'll be brilliant. And we'll just sit there and probably be bitched at continuously for about 2 hours. And that's how we'll spend the birthday. Hello to everyone on the Book of Face. Hope you're doing well over there in the safe base. And all the guys on triggerwarning.tv/live. But, you know, my heart's always with you guys on Troll Central, always. How old is Liveleak? 12 years old. 12 years of this shit. It's what's done this. It's why I look like this. I was like one handsome motherfucker before Lively. George Clooney to the mat. Tell you something. Drop dead gorgeous. 12 years of Lively did this to me. Fucked. Absolutely fucked. Before I have a chat with the pedo and the teetotaler over there, just like to say, sorry. The pedo. The child catcher. Riding round on his bicycle with a butterfly net. Before we get to that, I think it's important to say a couple of things about Trigger Warning. Remember, we got loads of Trigger Warning content going out right now. On a normal week, usually I'll do a short podcast on a Sunday night live, which is released on the Monday. Tuesday night, we record the main Trigger Warning podcast live. Wednesday, we release the podcast. Thursday, we got this. On a Friday, Trigger Warning podcast Extra Time comes out. On a Saturday, we release this for people to watch again. So it's literally 7 days of Trigger Warning. If you'd like to help support the Trigger Warning project, please visit patreon.com/triggerwarningtv. Anything from $1 or up a month is absolutely vital to keep it rolling. However, if you don't have that money or you just don't want to give us any money, that's also fine. Spread the links. Just share the links to the shows and everything else. Follow us on social. That helps enormously. And if you can't even be asked doing that to help, just turn up and watch or listen. That's fucking cool as well. Never lost sight. It is a privilege, genuinely a privilege, to have people coming and watching this shit week in, week out. It genuinely is, puts us in a very privileged position, so thank you very much, guys. That's as fucking sincere as this is going to get tonight, I imagine. Got quite a few things to talk about, though. The European Court of Human Wrongs, they've been busy. The bombs that are being sent to Democrats and anti-Trump type people. And then a little bit on Dyson and Brexit later on, because, you know, if we don't have Brexit content, where are we at? But before we do, Graham the Child Catcher Booth, how are you this week, dude? Groomed any good uns?
I'm good.
Good.
I had a run in with the police on the way.
I bet you fucking
yeah,
did.
you know, no.
Oh, not for the kids thing.
Well, I was riding and it did involve kids, yeah, but in a different way. Yeah, I know. No, as I was riding along, loads of kids were blocking the bike path, so I honked my horn as I always do.
Did that work?
No,
Oh.
man. So I was just in the middle of going chicka fucking like that, and then the police all piled in around us. It wasn't just a bunch of kids; it was a gang of kids who the police were after.
Oh, it wasn't a sting operation.
I know, no.
We've got him.
We got him. He's within 10 feet. Yeah, no. But I shit myself. I thought, because there was a couple of them on bikes that were trying to get away, and just as I started thinking, shit, I'm gonna get arrested for all these, and I realised I was the only one of them that was above 25.
That would have been beautiful, though.
I know, but I was.
If I could have got that phone call.
I know.
I've been arrested with a gang.
But dude, I was there with my honky horn and my reflectors.
Ringleader.
Just like that, going, excuse me, and yeah, so I didn't get arrested, thankfully.
That's a shame, because that would have been so cool.
It would have been awesome.
I'd have been really, really happy if you'd been arrested. Jerry, how's your week been, sausage?
Yeah.
You're looking quite refreshed tonight, I have to say.
Oh,
I didn't say refreshing.
No, it's been good. Really enjoyed it. Had a good week.
Excellent.
Bit of music, this and that. All's good.
Bit of this and that. Always the best. Which is
Teetotal.
better, this or that?
Hey?
Which is better, this or that?
Both.
Oh. Play for both sides, eh?
We had something about that on the Trigger Warning social, wasn't there? A little debate about anal sex, whether it was gay or not.
Was there?
Yeah, did you not see? Oh, you've been hammered today, haven't you?
I've been a bit busy today.
I put a message out on the Trigger Warning social to say that you were busy, so you might not be getting back to think. He's a bit busy today, everyone.
So your questions about anal sex being gay whilst away. How can... Well, if you're doing it to a bloke, it's gay.
Yeah. No, it was a strap-on, a girl to a guy.
It's weird.
Yeah, that's what I said. Well, it's
really
weird.
beta, but I don't know that it's homosexual, because it's a woman doing it to you, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, there is something suspicious about wanting your 12-inch of veiny plastic cock rammed up you, but it's the 90s, dude. Who am I to judge?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm so glad I've asked people to watch tonight. Fisting! Is it the new kissing? I'd be the new fingering, wouldn't it?
Hey, dude, before we get on with the show, actually, in terms of the likes, we went ahead on Facebook likes instantly.
Wow.
So we got Steve, Guy, Robin, Luke, Kelly, Lynn, Apple, and Natalie.
Fantastic.
Ladies as well, saying hello. They're disappearing, actually. We've got Axel saying evening, good evening. Hey there, dudes, from Diz. And I copied a couple of them. We've got Penny and Morgan as well.
Wow.
Bob Stews in the live room, he said evening. We've also got Twat Sack, Mr. Kilsey One, Affid Lips in the live room as well.
Doing the happy dog thing, is he?
Yeah. We got a big pile of anons. Richard W's on the YouTube asking if we can give the individual titles to different episodes, because it's all just called Trigger Warning Live. And I said, yeah, that's not an unreasonable request.
Did we not put the date on it?
No, we've not been doing. It's just been going up as live. You know, it's all right.
And it's not even live, is it? Because
no.
It comes. No, that's not great, is it?
It's
not only is it awkward, it's a lie.
He suggested that we just number it, you know, as is the way that you do with podcasts and such.
Yeah, but I remember how many numbers there's been for the podcast. We've got loads of these missing. I think we'll just put the date on.
Put the
date on, and we can
give it a name. Also, last thing, Crimson Succubus is in the YouTube. YouTube's really busy tonight.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Probably get banned again soon.
There you go.
What is it? Out of the last 12 months, been banned for 6 of them. on YouTube.
But we've removed the cocks now.
Yeah, no cocks, no queen with her tits out, no blow-up dolls, no Trump naked. It's all gone. It's all clean as a whistle. There's no sexy content apart from, obviously, us. Because we were banned for being too sexy. That's what he said in the message, wasn't it?
Yes.
Too sexy.
It. Well, it was the word sex was used, yeah.
Got more, well, cup of tea, Uncle Neck. I've already mentioned cup of tea. Uncle Neck Cutters in as well. That's nice. Right, we better crack on. It'll be like last week. It'll be like 11:45, and we won't have done anything. And it'll be like, oh, I better talk about something quick. Start off with the European Court of Human Wrongs. They've been busy. There may be some shouting content, so Graham, you might want to poise your finger over the fader. I don't know when it's going to happen, but after briefly scanning this story, yeah. So, a woman's conviction in Austria for calling the Prophet Muhammad a paedophile did not breach her right to free speech, the European Court of Human Rights rules. She's only known as Mrs. S for obvious reasons. She's from Vienna. She was said to have held 2 seminars in which she discussed the marriage between the Prophet Muhammad and a 6-year-old girl, Aisha. According to scripture, the marriage was consummated when Aisha was 9 years old, leading Mrs. S to say to her class, Muhammad liked to do it with children. She also reportedly said, a 56-year-old and a 6-year-old, what do we call it if not paedophilia? By modern standards, she's correct. That's what you would call it. She was convicted in February 2011 by the Vienna Regional Criminal Court for disparaging religious doctrines. Disparaging religious doctrines. Get back to that. In order to pay a fine of €480 plus legal fees. After having her case thrown out by both the Vienna Court of Appeal and Austria's Supreme Court, the European Court of Human Rights backed the court's decision to convict Mrs. S. They found there was no violation of Article 10, which is freedom of expression, of the European Convention on Human Rights. Let me read this to you verbatim. This was a statement from the European Court of Human Rights. The court found, in particular, that the domestic courts comprehensively assessed the wider context of the applicant's statements and carefully balanced her right to freedom of expression with the right of others to have their religious feelings protected, and served the legitimate aim of preserving religious peace in Austria. It held that by considering the impugned statements as going beyond the permissible limits of an objective debate, and by classifying them as abusive attack on the Prophet of Islam, which could stir up prejudice and threaten religious peace, the domestic courts put forward relevant and sufficient reasons. Okay. Gonna sound a bit gammon now, but you're gonna have to bear with me. Alright. Let's go back here. She was convicted, originally, of disparaging religious doctrines. That was her conviction. No mention of religious unrest, increased persecution of a religion. We know what religious unrest probably means, don't we? Fucking riots. But I digress. Let's not get too gammon too soon. You don't want to hit peak gammon before you get to the juicy parts, after all. Disparaging religious doctrines. What the fuck is special about any religious doctrine that you should not be able to say whatever you want about it? Now, I know people get also awful pissy about pointing out obvious fucking hypocrisies. But if I wore a Jesus is a cunt t-shirt, the Cradle of Filth t-shirt, the worst that could happen is the police saying you're not allowed to walk around with that word on your chest. Not because of Jesus, because of cunt. And Tam, if you're watching, cunt 10 times. There you go. But you get away with that. But if a woman says that by today's standards Muhammad would be a paedophile, by today's standards, any 56-year-old that had sex with a 9-year-old would be considered such. It's not disparaging anything. It's taking what's written in a religious text and saying, by our standards. Now, I don't know the context of the rest of it. I don't know if she was trying to make a broader statement about Muslims or what was around it, because we're not given that information, and the Daily Mail certainly aren't going to give any information to make it any clearer. They're going to make it very simple. But none of that's what bothers me. It's those fucking words there, disparaging religious doctrines. The Bible, the Quran, L. Ron Hubbard's Scientology works, Dianetics, whatever. It's all bollocks. It's a faith-based system. Your faith does not need my belief. Why would anyone of faith care what a heathen says about it? What does it fucking matter? What are we doing that we can't have someone comment on a historical event and say, well, you know, we'd consider that to be this, without being told off for disparaging religious doctrines? And you're not going to tell me if she spoke about some 16th century rabbi screwing a young girl and called him a paedophile, she wouldn't have been in court. What we're doing, it's not bowing down to Muslims. Too many people got this the wrong idea. To some Muslims, it'll appear that way. Do you know what it is? It's insulting Muslims. We talk about this sort of thing on the podcast really quite often. It's fucking insulting. It's saying you're too fucking delicate to hear the things the rest of us hear, so we're going to prosecute people for telling you stuff. I bet no Muslim complained. That's the thing. It will have been white people, middle class, probably identify as Christian, who decided this. So, stir up prejudice. Classifying it as an abusive attack on the Prophet of Islam. Why is he special to anybody else? The Prophet of Islam, Moses, Jesus. And he was in the Gilgamesh, in that story. That's just another fucking story. The heroes in that, or anyone, what's special about them? What's so fucking special we're not allowed to comment on it? We're not even allowed to make fucking jokes about things anymore without ending up in court. This is going nowhere good. It's not people like her saying that no one would have paid any attention to. Alright? It would have been over. Fucking ignore it, it's finished, whatever. No, they've dragged it all the way through this shit, instead of anyone in any of those courts showing a modicum of fucking sense, and they've turned it into a problem. It's like what they're doing with Tommy Robinson. Okay, I heard his speech. No one's been in prison for contempt of court. But, you know, you did do it while you were on licence, so right or wrong, you knew it was going to happen. We covered this extensively in the podcast. But all they've done with their persecution of him is create a far larger figure. They're creating the problem. That's what they do, time after fucking time. And every time they handle your average Muslim with kid gloves, he doesn't give a fuck. But what they're doing is showing the extremists, the dangerous people, you can have your own way. And it's not just when Muslims were doing it. It's not just them. Everyone has some kind of massive power now not to be upset because they can not get you banned on a website like fucking Twitter or LiveLeak or whatever. That doesn't matter. That means fuck all. They can get you arrested. They can have you taken to fucking court. Look at that hoop-deering, bedecked fucking wanker up in Scotland got his dog to do the fucking Nazi salute. Probably shouldn't have done the salute. I'll get screen cap now. But look at that dick, right? I mean, what? Really? We're going to go take him to court? No Jew complained. One better, nobody fucking complained. The system did it. And we're seeing it time and time and time again. They're trying to impose this on the net, left, right and centre in the UK, the EU. In America, let me ask you guys over there, and you have the freedom of speech written into your fucking constitution. If you lose net neutrality because it's a commie thing, what are you going to do when your standards online, your behaviour, is determined by corporations who are notoriously prudish? Notoriously careful and only care about feeding their shareholders. They don't give a fuck about you or your freedoms. It's private. They own the pipes. What do you think's going to happen? Everyone's getting crushed, but we're all blaming each other. As if we're the fucking problem. We're the little guys. we're getting stamped on. And the best part is they're fucking selling it to you. So whereas there'll be some SJW spotty, dreadful pricks with fucking balaclavas on, they'll think this is fine. There's guys on the conservative side who think losing net neutrality is fine, trusting the corporations. They've got our best interests at heart. Like I said the other night, though, corporations are psychopaths. They have to be. There's no empathy in a corporation. Guys, we're all getting fucked, and we're all just blaming each other. You know, everyone's pointing the finger at Jack at Twitter. Do you think he really gives a fuck about any of this stuff? He's got no choice. Facebook, different story. Fuck knows what they're doing. They're all over the place right now. They hired Nick fucking Clegg to work for them. A serial failure in British politics. I don't know what's happening with Facebook. I think Zuckerberg's having like this. I imagine he's there with a paper bag every night, hyperventilated. It was all so beautiful once. I had it all. I had all their beautiful, tasty information and data. Do you know how much Facebook got fined, by the way, for Cambridge Analytica? Do you know, Graham? £500,000. £500,000.
I bet Tommy Robinson's going to end up spending more than that defending himself, isn't he?
Yeah. £500,000 to Facebook is like, I don't know, is that even me giving, I don't know, giving away 20 pence? Is it even that? It's not, is it? Less than a penny in real terms. Far less than a penny. What does that mean to them? For digging shit out and selling you down the river. And like I said, when we've spoken about this before, everyone thinks they're too clever to be swayed. We're not too clever. We're all creatures of habit. We can all be swayed by shit like this. 2 billion people on that fucking website can be swayed. Facebook even tried it themselves, didn't they? They even tried it themselves by changing certain behaviour patterns of the AI, and it changed people's behaviour. But not in a good way. It never does work in a good way. Do you remember Microsoft put that bot out there? The AI learning bot on, was it Twitter? Within half an hour, it was like, white pride, motherfucker. It completely went racist. This shit does not work in a positive way. You can't control people on that micromanaged level and milk them like they're cows. You can't do that. Knows how to give a demonstration of milking. Another very poor choice of action. So, yeah, the world's gone fucking mad. I feel so sorry for this lady. But then again, I don't know what the rest of her debate was framed like. For all I know, it could have been, and that's why we should kill all Muslims. I don't know. If that's the case, fuck her. You know, it's the wording, disparaging religious text. That boils my fucking piss. Because religious texts are fucking meaningless unless you believe in the bullshit that's written in them. People believe the Bible because it's old. There are older books than the Bible. It's to me, it's when I say to people, why do you believe in that? They'll you know, read the Quran or read the Bible. Well, by that token, Spider-Man's real. And so's Wolverine and Batman. Look, read the fucking comic. Ah, but that wasn't written a couple of thousand years ago. So maybe in 2,000 years, people will have to accept the existence of Spider-Man and Batman. Because it's in the books, and there's pictures, and there's films. Real. Fucking real. No films of Jesus. Follow my logic. Stand with me. Have you had any emails, Jerry?
No, we haven't.
No, it's been very quiet. Live at triggerwarning.tv is the email address. How are we doing on social, Graham? Because I'm going to talk to my peeps in a minute.
We're doing well. I'll just say on the Spider-Man thing, though, there's a lot of argument to say that people use superheroes to replace, like, Jesus iconography.
Spider-Man's way cooler
You
than
think
Jesus.
about it, though, people walk around with, like, little web things. They've got him on the wallet. Exactly the same as you would if you were a religious freak. We all need that better person that, you know, goes against... we all look up to someone.
That's why I have a Venom t-shirt.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
He bites people's heads off.
Not anymore, he doesn't. He's fucking shit these days. But anyway, I'm not getting into Comicsgate right now. Ibana Fox.
Have you seen the film? Did you go and see it?
I'm not seeing it.
Oh, it's dreadful.
Is it?
It's shit.
I've not seen it yet.
It's shit. Absolute Tom Tit, bottom of the barrel bullshit.
Did you get that? I said that the best thing I'd seen about it was that the sequel will be better.
Yeah, well,
Did
it'll
you
be
get that
shit.
feeling? Right, all right.
Sequel will be shit as well. It's stupid, Graham. In fact, you know what? It's rubbish.
You go as far as rubbish, would
I'd
you?
go as far as rubbish. Uncle Netcutter says Cherry is beginning to look like Vinnie Paul from Pantera. He's dead. Yeah, Vinnie Paul really looks like shit right now. Happy Dog says, there goes Graham bringing us down with his facts again.
Well, what? No, it's an interesting concept. Look into it. You know, we all... Right,
Hang on.
What?
Danny Phantoman says Jesus is actually cooler than Spider-Man for sure. Bullshit!
Well,
He didn't swing around on fucking webs and stick to walls and shit and have fights with the Green Goblin. He didn't do any of that shit. He cured a leper, gave people some bread, some fish, and got nailed to a fucking tree. Nah, that's shit. They never caught Spidey that easily.
He did some good TED Talks. Really good ones.
Can you imagine a Jesus TED Talk?
That's basically what it was.
Pacing
really,
up and down the stage, pointing occasionally.
Wasn't a fucking conversation, was it? It was just standing there, all didactic. Anyway, a non.
Whoa!
What?
Didactic.
Whatever.
No, I like that. I like that.
okay.
I mean, this is props. This is not sarcasm. This is props. This is cool.
All right. A non-triggerist said that all school leavers should have to sit through 6 hours of Bernard Manning. Oh, no, I didn't get what the point there was. Pix Retro, who's one of my lot, tweeted me directly with hashtag the gammoning and 4 question marks. So I've told him you'll explain it.
The gammoning. What we're doing, you know, everyone calls everyone with an opinion that isn't SJW, if you happen to be white and middle-aged, a gammon. Because it's a racial slur. It is a racial slur. Whether you like it or not, it just is. That's how it is. It's used to describe middle-aged white men, cis, male, heterosexual white men that maybe like rugby shirts, maybe like garden centres. I don't know. But what we're doing, we're taking the word back. We're taking it back, aren't we, guys? We're owning gammon. We're gammon and proud. It's the gammoning. There you go.
Well, that's what I tried to explain that I'm like the Uncle Tom of gammoning, so I don't even get to be a gammon. I'm just a pickle, which is the gammon version of Uncle Tom.
Yeah. I like that we were creating a whole thing here. That's super.
Speaking of which, Mr. Cooksey on YouTube said, I don't get upset, I have gammon power.
That's meant that.
And
gammon powers of intolerance and ignorance is fucking wonderful.
Cirque said it's nothing to do with free speech, just Islamophobia. There is something called freedom of religion, Hayden.
Does that... No, go fuck yourself, right? What a stupid fucking thing to say. There's freedom... I'm not stopping you believing whatever the fuck you like, and neither's anyone else. Believe it all you want. Believe whatever bollocks people pour into your fucking ears. Oh, have a shit life now, be fine, you go to heaven later. You're not. You go into the ground, you'll fucking rot or you'll get burned. That's it. End of. But do you know what? It doesn't fucking matter because you believe. I don't. Why should your beliefs be protected? Because do you think if you said to me, you atheists are fucking stupid, you're going to burn in hell, you're going to... See, I'd start crying and go to the fucking European Court of Human Rights, get some fucker to prosecute you. I just think, oh, what a bell end. Finished! No tears, no riots, no stabbings, no murdering people for disparaging atheism. Oh, well, don't you know that atheists killed more people than religious people? Because that's what it was all about with Stalin. Devout atheist. Fucking mitmots. That argument winds me right the fuck up as if he was there with a flag going, Atheism! It's great! Let's kill religious people! It's not how it was. Yet a lot of people are being killed by people in the name of religion now. And politics. But hey, that belling up, there's freedom of religion. There is. Believe whatever the fuck you like, but don't make rules for me based on it. Fuck your feelings. Fuck your God. There you go.
Nick has said they actually have blasphemy laws in Austria.
Oh, we're
He
trying to
said,
get them here. Don't worry. Tony Blair tried to bring those back in and failed.
He said that's got to be a breach of human rights in itself,
No.
breach of freedom of expression, and by means they're trying to police for. They actually specifically mentioned Section 10. They in the ruling, they specifically said that the freedom of religion trumps freedom of expression in this instance. They
Amazing,
actually
that.
referred to human
It's
rights.
fantastic, that, isn't it? You can't criticise anything now in case someone's fucking upset. I mean, just criticism. This is just conversation about things. You're not attacking someone with it. You're not saying you're a paedophile. You're just talking about something historical. That's the thing. Yeah, we can get rid of racial slurs. We can combat racism that's directly used to savagely attack people. If someone does something, just insulting their race because of it is pointless. It should be the action that counts. I get that.
Yeah.
But this inability to even discuss any of these issues now. Even what we're doing will probably get me fucking arrested in a couple of countries. Pretty soon, England will be one of them. Just for talking about it like this, without going, oh yeah, it's terrible, yeah. Very sensitive.
I think if you go back in most cultures, like fucking people when they were younger was a lot more acceptable than it is now.
Of course, historically speaking, the
yeah.
thing is, you're judging a historical character by modern standards. Most people died way younger a couple of thousand years ago. If a girl was hitting puberty, she was ready. Yeah.
And that was like when the doctor hits your knee. I couldn't help it.
Yeah. But it's true. The world was a different place. You have to understand that paedophilia is a cultural creation, a fucking great one, for us to say that's wrong. Because it is damaging. People live longer. It's not good for the psyche. It's not good for them physically. It's fucking wrong and it's disgusting. And some people say, well, how can you just pick an arbitrary age? Usually around the time they're mostly full grown and able to make decisions for themselves is a really good age to decide when grown adults can fuck younger people. They have to be able to consent. They have to understand the world around them. They have to not be 9 years old now. Well, that was a different world then, and she was applying modern standards to a different world. But if you were discussing that, you could say, by today's standards, paedophile.
Yeah.
But 2,000 years ago, wasn't. But I don't know how she actually framed it. I don't know what the actual quote was, because it'll be different everywhere. The Daily Mail will offer no nuance in this situation. But even so, even if she said he's a paedophile, so what?
Yeah, you've got to be
So
able to have that
fucking what?
conversation. Yeah, you've got to be able to have the conversation. Happy Dog has said, can't wait till we're out. Then we can go back to Holocaust denying and calling Mohammed a pedo.
I don't think that's going to happen, dude.
Yeah.
I don't think suddenly we're going to get Brexit and go, right, lads, fill your boots.
It never happened.
Just go for it.
Think of the logistics. You can't burn that many people.
I love it when people try and use science on me. Like Holocaust deniers try and use science, or anti-vaxxers.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah,
I had a chat with someone this week about colloidal silver, because I said don't take too much, it could turn blue. Bullshit. It's 100% safe. No, it's not if you take too much, especially if there's any salt content. The salts react with daylight and you turn blue like Papa fucking Smurf. So then we had this discussion where I pointed out there's no scientific evidence whatsoever that ingesting silver has any benefit for the human body. It's not a material we're used to. Topically, silver does have uses. It genuinely does for burn victims, in suspensions, in paste and things like that, and certain wounds. It's good, but they're being sold it as nature's antibiotic. It's not even an antibiotic, it's an antiseptic. Well, they've done tests where they put silver into a test tube and it kills germs. So does mercury, gold and acid. Probably shouldn't be putting those in your body either. But what I love about the anti-vaxxers with this is they'll recommend pouring all this shit into your body with no scientific evidence whatsoever. But mention the mercury content of vaccines, they shit the bed. Because I know mercury is poison, therefore all mercury is poison. Guys, if you take a lot of silver, it's poison. I remember we did that show, we went through it, in lively days, went through loads of medical texts, broke my brain into tiny little pieces to understand about the types of mercury used, the absorption rates of the body, how it passes through the body. Ignored. Because science has no place, because science is full of shills. We should believe our homeopathic doctors. Now, I wish this guy all the best. I mean, if it works for him, I'm very happy. I really am. But my point is there's no scientific evidence, and also homeopathy is fucking stupid. The thing that makes well people ill will make ill people well. No, it won't. No, it won't. That's not true. How stupid does that sound? Cancer makes well people ill. Giving an ill person more cancer probably won't make them well. Diluting things does not make them stronger. If you don't believe me, get some Vimto or some Kool-Aid, get 1 pint of water and just put a pin in the cordial of your choice, or the cordials are available, and put one tiny little drop in there and tell me how good that shit tastes. It's super diluted. It should be much stronger. Homeopathy, stupid. Insane. It's like astrology. People still try and live their lives by that shit, believing the stars, thousands and millions of light years away, give a fuck about us, or in any way influence us. And no, that's a typical Leo thing to say. Oh. All this stupidity ties in. Blind faith in religions. Fucking ignoring science to believe what some swivel-eyed, sweaty fucking lunatic on YouTube tells you is safe to ingest to cure your cancer. Bicarbonate of soda, isn't it? Just for the record. Chemo helps. Oh, but chemo kills you! So does cancer. But chemo can help. It can prolong your life. It can make the cancer go away. That's why they use it. No, it's part of the New World Order's plan to depopulate the planet. What, making people better? It's a shit plan. That's the shittest plan ever. It's when people tell me Israel is carrying out a genocide against the Palestinians. Israel, this massively militarily powerful country for its size, latest weapons tech, well-armed soldiers, clearly not shy of shooting a folk or two. No. They're eradicating the Palestinians from the face of the earth, which is why there are more Palestinians now than there were 10 years ago, by some margin. Now, that's not me saying it's all roses and flowers over there and nice, but you know what? You got to watch the language. You really do have to watch the language, because eradicating a populace is a pretty serious accusation that should be backed up with some kind of factual fucking evidence, not some moonbat on YouTube going, the Jews are part of the New World Order and killing all the Arabs. No! Sometimes you have to take a leap of faith and accept that science might be right on account of it being done by people that know a lot more than you about the shit they're talking about. Candelabra says, Hayden, nice hair, what shampoo you use? I just get your mum to lick it clean every night, thank you. Your mum joke. Boom. Get a head bubble for that. Oh, yeah. Fucking nailed it. Let's see what we got. I bet he's green screening in a portable shitter. I don't have portable shitters. What? Why would you have a portable shitter? Who is that anyway? He's a new person. I'm going to troll Hayden by saying he's in the toilet. Fucking loser. Oh, bless. Maybe it's his first time. Or maybe he's come back again with a different username. We may never know. Because I'll probably do my usual trick of writing something down that looks like I'm writing someone's name down and then going home. Because I do that so often. Oh, Off I go. Off I go. Never check. Have we had any emails, Cherry?
Yes, we've got one off Smoke Steve.
Thank the baby Jesus.
Just curious if we've all got normal jobs apart from fucking around with websites and LiveLeak.
I don't have normal jobs, no.
No, man.
No.
Sorry about that.
Just epic things.
Epic
adventures.
Pimping. Made 125 quid before I even got out of bed this morning. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Pimping, I was. Pimping like a dog.
Do they pimp dogs?
I don't know,
They
man.
do now.
I've just said it so many times now and it's expanding. I'm still buzzing off Pickle being the Uncle Tom of the gammon community. I can't stop giggling about
Can't get
that.
out your head now, no. No, normal jobs, no. No, not normal. abnormal. But yeah, trigger warning isn't a job for anyone. You know, Live Leak isn't a job for anyone. No one else does anything on live. It's the thing everyone accuses, like Graham or Jay. They're Live Leak moderators. They're not. They don't have anything to do with Live Leak.
We had a lot of donations last month, and we actually broke even, didn't we?
We
First
did.
time ever.
Trigger warning broke even.
Yeah.
It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, and that's not including cost of gear.
No, we've taken that. I've taken that out of the
Streaming
equation.
costs,
That'll never get paid off.
Personal time, that's looking at a very narrow set of things. But we fucking broke even on it because there was a lot of lovely people PayPal'd us.
Got to talk about the mail bombs, Graham.
Oh yes.
But before we do, how's social media looking?
It's good. It's good. Happy Dog had a good one actually. He said, where's it gone? Where's it gone? Oh no, it was Mark Wild. Sorry, my mistake. It said Hayden Lander 2, the Gammoning. I accidentally deleted half of it. Uncle Netcutter said anyone fucking a 9-year-old is a pedo. So thanks for that. A non-triggerist 8176 said evening Slaphead, evening Gayam, evening Cheery Cola.
Cheery Cola.
Who's that anonymous cunt?
I don't know.
Fucking cheery.
Apparently, Bob Stew said that in Ireland you can be fined up to 22 grand for blasphemy. They're now trying to throw out that law. Guess we won't be doing a Dublin edition of Trigger Warning either. They're just waiting for us at the airport.
22,000 euro! All I said was, Jesus is a cunt! 22,000 euro! It's disgusting!
I guess we
Jesus Christ, Mary, Mother of God.
Candelabra asked if this is live. Which,
No.
No. All pre-recorded. Very
Pre-recorded,
well.
but just very clever.
And the last one, Twatsack just wrote in all caps, Jesus, cunt!
I just can't get over that 22,000 euro.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
For blasphemy, what? I don't believe in the Bible. Well, that'll be 22,000 euro! You fucking bastard, you! Getting a bit Richie Allen up in here, isn't it?
Yeah, I wonder why he got out.
Yeah, because he can't keep paying 22,000 euro!
Those weird water apps will only pay so much a week, won't they?
I'm not going into that. I've just got set that aside. I'm not talking about that. Yaros. Fucking hell. Oh, we can't go on holiday this year, Maureen. I'd be fined 22,000 euro. Fucking chemtrail spraying bastards. 22,000. Fucking hell.
Just before I go, actually, with the social media, Susan has said, can an old white woman join the Gammoning?
Oh, yeah. We are an inclusive organisation. By organisation, there's no organisation. You don't even have to be white. You don't even have to be middle-aged. I mean, you can't be young, obviously, because they're stupid.
I really wish Foxy had stopped tweeting.
What's a trainee gammon? Would that be a
I don't know.
ham?
A bacon. Fresh bacon.
Unsalted. Unsmoked, unsalted. With rind. Who do you want to stop tweeting?
Fox is directly quoting me on that 125 quid before I got out of bed by pimping things. So thanks for putting that out there and
Why
making
not?
sure.
That's what it's there for. Hashtag pimping.
We're going into the thing now, isn't it? Where anything you say as a joke is just
Hashtag.
It gets written down, and look what he said. Look at this.
Have you noticed I get away with more of it than you do?
Yeah, you fucking do. 'Cause, yeah.
Can't imagine why. Right, apparently HR Puffin Stuff says Caitlyn Jenner is calling to join the gammon. Absolutely. Why not? More the merrier. Gotta be a little bit less precious, and accept you might not always get called Caitlyn. You know? Sometimes it'll be love. Oh, love. Or mate. Hello, mate. Nice hair you got there, fella. Very long. Blind Dude says nobody I talk to has ever heard of LL rather. LL. Well, LL's to me it's fucking huge in terms of YouTube and Facebook and all that. It's not. It's just not. I'm always amazed by. Sometimes I go and have a look at mentions on other platforms and things, and Hillel surprisingly gets name dropped a lot. Usually if people saying, stop posting that Live League shit on here. You know, that's usually what it is. Right, let's have it. Tasty eggnog talking about Jesus there. So yeah, letter bombs. As we know, bombs have been attempted to be delivered to several Democrats and Trump critics. Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, George Soros, and CNN were amongst those targeted, as was Robert De Niro and Robert De Niro's restaurant. I don't know if that was the same bomb. It seemed to be reported differently. They appear to really fucking hate Robert De Niro. This is not a good sign, is it? You know, we've always been talking about things getting a bit too divided. And, you know, we've also pointed out on this show that people on the far left should be careful because the guys on the right are armed. Now people are using bombs. Now, what amazes me is instantly it's a false flag. I've not seen Alex Jones, obviously, because he's banned on many places now. I imagine he lost his shit about this. You look very excited there, Greg.
Alex Jones had Ricky Burwick on. Did you see that?
Did he?
Ricky, and he was just fucking with him. He was smashing a fucking Oreos with a hammer.
Because Ricky won't do podcasts and things unless it's on his terms.
Yeah. Proper fuck with Alex Jones.
There we go, his terms.
Yeah.
Ricky's a badass. He's a fucking badass. But I imagine Alex completely lost his shit, called it a false flag. Everything's a fucking false flag these days, isn't it? If it suits you. And that apparently liberals were sending bombs to liberals to make Republicans look bad. Because, yeah, only one side of the argument at the moment looks bad, right? Republicans need help in that regard. I don't know who's sending the bombs, obviously. But you can't immediately discount, given the climate with politics now, that it is someone that maybe supports Trump or maybe wants something further right. There's a lot of shit going around. Donald Trump went on the show of a man that expressly said Hillary Clinton chopped up little kids and was a real demon from hell. Donald Trump said it was a great show, you're doing great things, because there are always great people on both sides. Donald has stepped in to this problem. He's blamed the media. Donald blames the media for failing in its responsibility to set a civil tone and stop the endless hostility. We could do that by taking your fucking phone off you, Donald! Now, the left have been terrible. It's been fucking dreadful. They are inciting violent actions, but I'm not going to wear it for 1 minute that they're all on their own doing this. Donald Trump has been preaching hate against journalists. He even said maybe the Second Amendment guys could sort out Hillary. Paraphrasing slightly, but that's exactly what it was. A throwaway comment. I'm sure he was just being funny and telling it how it is, because that's what people like. But if you want to end the hostility and set a civil tone, stop fucking tweeting. Just fucking stop it. Stop Hillary Clinton tweeting. Just fuck off with your tweets, right? Do the job. Have a press officer that does what they've done throughout history. They remove the insanity from what bubbles out of the mouth of these elitist fucking scumbags and turn it into something that doesn't start civil wars and fucking riots. We're living in a world where people hate each other more than ever just because of which political party they vote for, or even worse, who they don't like, based on who you don't like. We've said before, and it's the truth, Donald Trump, if you're an American, he is your president. You shouldn't be hoping America fails. You live there. It's your fucking country. But by the same token, if he's found guilty of the many things that he's accused of, you got to do what's right for the country as well. But just to pray that he fails, just so Donald Trump will fail, that's very self-destructive. But now we live in this society where everything doesn't matter. It's a false flag. Finished. And better yet, if they find out it isn't a false flag, fake news. It's a lose-lose. You know, George Soros. It's almost as if he's been mentioned a lot recently, isn't it? It's almost as if he's been made to be the cause of everyone's fucking problems on the conservative side of things. If every protester paid by Soros. You know, they didn't get those signs on their own. Unlike that last rally for the Conservative thing, what was it? They all had these beautifully made fucking signs that clearly came from a factory. I can't see that. Hang on. No, I can't see what you're talking about. Fake news. I hate that. Fake news. How do you know? How do you fucking know? You've never listened to an opposing view in 25 fucking years. Fake news. Fake news. CNN. Fake news. Much of what CNN says is bullshit. But you listen to Fox. And if you're sat there going, yeah, the right Fox is there. CNN, if you just believe all their shit as well, you're fucking stupid. Their business is trying to get your ass to stay in front of that fucking TV and watch their adverts. That's all they give a fuck about. And they're going to keep having people on that's about the shit that you want to hear so that you'll stay engaged, you'll watch it, and that's an end of it. Have you guys seen the 1978 version of Dawn of the Dead? As you know, all George Romero's Dead films were about social issues and social problems. I'm not digressing as far as you'd think. Bear with me. The scene at the beginning of the 1978 Dawn of the Dead, they're in a TV studio. And things are going to hell. You know, the zombies are taking over. The world's going to hell. And the head of the TV studio calls, why aren't those rescue stations on the teleprompt, on the screen now? Someone says, well, half of them are inoperational. We're sending people to inoperational. And he said, I don't care. Every minute they're not on the screen, people are tuning out. George Romero was a very astute guy, and that's what we're seeing today. Keep on message. Never divert. Pick your team. Stick with your team. Keep the consumers happy. And tell them everything everybody else is doing is fake. We're all being fucking played. All of us. In the UK, some are more subtle than others. The BBC aren't terribly subtle. ITV tried to be a little more subtle. Some newsreaders more effectively than others. But, you know, the BBC is just a fucking lost cause. Can't blame the media. The media are just doing what the media have always done, trying to sell us their newspapers. They reflect. You know, I think we give them too much imaginary power, saying they can completely change how we are, because they want to make sure that they make money. That's what they are. Sensationalism sells far better than real news. What do you think is going to be most popular this week? Actual news, or which celebrities kissed another celebrity? You tell me. Oh, well, it's escapism. No, it's nice because that's what people want. It's what people want. They want to be assured. They want something a bit naughty, nothing too dangerous, nothing too nasty. They want to know that people agree with them. That's what they want. They want to hear things and go, yeah, absolutely. And Trump is a shocking example of that himself. Absolutely fucking terrible dog whistler, that fella is.
It's not just that though, man. It's Trump is ratings. It happens like when I hit my Windows key. There's that little preview for the news. You know, there's Microsoft's got its own news collection thing, and I never click on it. But every now and again, I'll just see Trump just going, and I'll go, what's he fucking said now? And it's just traffic, and that multiplies. So you know, he's a dick. But that's what we're all going to be watching. That's what we're all going to be talking about.
Just 1988 says the mainstream media is dead. The internet is showing the truth. They're strangling the internet, dude. They're killing it. The EU are trying to kill it with Article 11, 13. That'll do quite well. The loss of net neutrality in the United States will be devastating over the medium term. Absolutely fucking devastating. It's got nothing to do with politics, guys. Don't believe it's a communist idea, net neutrality. The guy that invented the World Wide Web, Tim Berners-Lee's passionate about it, not because he's a fucking communist, because he isn't. Because he understands what it takes to stop turning the internet into somebody else's message machine completely. Social media has been hugely damaging to the internet as well, creating such huge sites that hold such power that apparently is so easily subverted. And then in the UK, we've got MPs trying to push through legislation left, right and fucking centre, such as to make people more polite online. Well, that is, MPs don't like being called names online. We're also coming up with a cracker in this country they're trying to put through regarding pornography, where porn will fall under the remit of the British Board of Film Classification. They used to be called the British Board of Film Censors, because that's exactly what they are. Bunch of middle-class, dreadful twats down in London deciding what the rest of us can watch. That's what they do. How old you've got to be, that should be their only decision, but it's not. And they're going to make age verification for certain porn sites a prerequisite. And if you don't age verify, they will block you from being seen in this country. That will make us worse than China. That puts us right up there. But they're happy with that because they sell it on a message, you see. Sell it on porn, they sell it on violence, they'll blame computer games. In the UK, we have people getting sent to fucking prison for owning a fictional horror film. That was in the 80s. Sent to prison. In the US, it was slightly more subtle. If you didn't provide an R-rated feature, you would get an X rating, which is what porn films get. Now, that sounds all right, doesn't it? But what that means in business sense is many cinemas won't show your film. Many newspapers will not even carry an advertisement for your film. We all have our puritanical senses. Some's government, some's corporate. It's all there, and we're too busy sitting around laughing at everybody else. Well, we got a freedom you don't have. Well, we got this freedom you don't have. And all the time we're being fucked. And the internet's being strangled, and it's getting harder and harder and harder year in, year out to maintain any level of openness and freedom. Because no one plays ball either. Everyone fights it. Everyone fights constantly. Fuck this, fuck that. I want my own way at all costs. But it's never your cost till it's too late. We have to, we got to reel this shit in, Graham. And we're the men to do it! Well, maybe I'm not, I'm a bit old. You're younger. You got years left. It's your responsibility now, Graham. It's your job. Save the world.
Alright, no problem, man. Resist the resistance.
First Archangel says, disconnection is the answer. Talk to each other. Use the mail and typewriters. Toss the technology. There's an old story that rings well. I think it was about a bird called Pandora and her box. Can't put it away. Got to be just less easily swayed. The internet requires anonymity. It requires it. It's important. It's hugely important. But it's massively abused. Blowhards saying shit they'd never say in real life. Some people need it because if they did say anything in real life, they'd be fucking killed. Some people just use it as an excuse to be just ridiculously nasty bellends to everybody. Just the worst. Because, yeah, it's only the internet lulls. And sometimes they say terrible shit about people's family members because they're anonymous. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. And they make it easier. That behaviour makes it easier for the rest of us to get fucking shut down. It's just the way it is. But people won't stop. They'll just blame everyone else for not dying on a hill of their choosing. And away we fucking go. Yeah, we're fucked. This is the twilight years of the good times.
You reckon?
Yeah,
You reckon?
I actually do.
Can you not see any way out of it? Is there no options?
Not at the moment.
People gonna 1786 it or whatever the fuck it was.
No.
Gangs of New York.
Do you know what? Because I think
That's a reference.
the majority of people would be perfectly happy if the internet consisted of nothing apart from Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah, you're probably right, unfortunately.
That's the problem.
Even the people that hate it, it's just like, fucking bullshit this, and then spend all night on YouTube. That's what I fucking do.
They don't care.
Um,
The majority, that's what they want. It's easy, innit? Like cable TV. And that's how it's lost. That's how the battle's lost. Not through losing a war, from not having one, from being apathetic, from not trying, from being too busy infighting with people you really don't have to fight with. But because it's easy, that's what you do. Blame, 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 blame. Fucked. It's just the way it is. Pretty depressing way to end the show, but probably better than the podcast where we ended on, what was it, fucking child murderer. So it was something dreadful, wasn't it? Depressing.
Yeah. Well, it was better than you just insulting me for 10 straight minutes until I just go, right, no, I'm done. Fuck you.
That happens too.
That does happen. I've got a couple of things before we...
Can I just say, very quickly, Candelabra said YouTube is a decent forum. Under certain videos, there's quite an amount of good discussion. Couldn't agree more. I'm not...
Yeah.
I don't believe in all this, all good or all bad bullshit. YouTube's fucking incredible. It's fucking incredible, and it will fucking change. It's already changed dramatically, not just in terms of anything, just in terms of, they had the ability to fund revenue sharing. They had the funds.
Yeah.
Before it got tight with advertisers, they cut people's fucking legs out from under them. It's a corporation. They'll switch like that, whatever they got to do. And if it's commercially more viable for them to kill anything controversial or difficult, that's exactly what they'll do.
Yeah, this is Jimmy Kimmel and all that, they're getting paid anyway. They've got the adverts coming in.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here's your well-produced content.
And you know how
Snaps.
careful they are.
Yeah.
Very careful. Bit edgy. Not too edgy.
No, but the stuff they talk about that's still monetized is the exact stuff that other people get demonetized
because
for.
they're
It's
big
like,
hitters,
what?
they can get away with it.
Yeah.
Someone said Andel L. Yeah, Live League's changing. Live League, of course it is. Nothing's a closed system. Nothing's a closed system. The people that scream that they want it have got no experience or idea of what it involves and are sitting around demanding other people do everything how they say, regardless of the expected results. Nothing exists in a vacuum. Nothing. Can't be fairer than that, can it? Being reasonable.
Yeah, completely. I don't know why I'm taking it so. I'm just like, yeah, brilliant.
It's terrible. It fucking breaks my heart. But it's just how it is. This is the reality of it. It's the world we live in. And half you fuckers helped it be this way, so suck it up. You know?
We've had email in.
Thank God for that.
I know, thank God for that.
It's getting uncomfortable.
Saying there needs to be some sort of visual aid so that gammoners can recognise each other on site, whether it's a pineapple ring or a fried egg on your head, but not
Isn't
both.
it the fact they just look like gammons?
They're just gammons.
the whole
yeah,
point?
yeah.
I think just wearing slacks. Rugby shirts or polo shirts. Ralph Lauren, I imagine.
That one off.
And hanging out in garden centres. That's where we meet. Near the Aspidistra.
You can tell because there's usually a black person quite close by, which is confusing to the whole thing, isn't it?
Definitely have
Isn't
black
it?
gammons.
And then it's the big pile of white people.
It's a fucking great game as well, black
white
gammon.
people in hockey masks and black outfits going, "You fucking gammons!" And it's like, what the fuck, man?
Well, we need to swell the ranks of the gammon. It's an inclusive thing because it doesn't mean anything. It's fucking stupid.
It doesn't
We
mean
should
anything.
all just take the word gammon. I'm gammon. Gammon as fuck. Gammon to the max. Someone said, won't we talk about Live League? It's not the Live League show. However,
Tuesday.
Tuesday is Live League's birthday show. It's going to be Tuesday around, I don't know what time yet. Is it 9 or 10 we're doing it?
I don't know. Get down here early.
Yeah, it might be around
I'll sort
9ish
it out.
onwards. We'll run for a couple hours. We'll keep it wide open. If we can get the Skype working, we will. The emails will be open and everything else. And that's just all things Live League. For whatever problems, questions, reminiscing, fucking about talking about the future, talking about why things are how they are, and whatever you want. But that's Tuesday. That's the Live League 12th birthday show.
Fucking do something about all this, aren't we?
Fuck it, burn it down.
Oh, I've got to say before we go as well, you know, so Foxy was tweeting quotes of me, which is just terrible. I hope they don't get traction. But
Well, I'm
she
going
said,
to retweet them when I go.
she said, "Don't worry, I'll get Hayden too." And I was like, "Nice one." And she said, "Just as soon as he says something funny." You've not had a tweet yet, I'm afraid.
Oh, I can live with that.
Ooh, throwing some shade.
Oh.
I feel like fucking chopped liver.
Who was Foxy?
I think she's a patron actually. So we've got to
That's fine then, don't give a fuck, say what you like.
say what you want. Thanks for your dollar.
Oh, it's the one that
I'll
wears
buy
the
that
masks
for
and
$1.
things.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm familiar now.
Get her down. I think she's reasonably local. Get her down to the live event. Fucking awesome.
Oh, just having... Yeah, of course,
Get
yeah.
her down. She was a lot of fun. I've hung out with her before. She's cool. Um,
We're not breaking news at the live event yet. Not properly. Not yet. Not yet.
just teasing.
Let's give it a little tickle.
Last one as well. Danif said that Donald Trump should identify as a woman in 2020 so he can be the first woman president. I think that's a really good idea
I
myself.
don't think that's that bad.
He won't, but I think it would be good.
I've heard worse suggestions.
Anon
Not many.
8169 said that the best media film was Network 1974.
Oh, that was awesome.
I don't know that
That
one.
was a beautiful. You really should watch that. It's fucking epic.
And I forgot to tell you, Fiona is angry. We've got an angry emote. We don't get them. We get the odd crying one.
What's
You know,
wrong with Fiona?
She's just very angry. Apparently.
Fiona, what's wrong? Why are you angry? Do tell us.
And we've got so many hearts on Facebook that it's not actually showing me all of them.
Here we go.
It just says and more. So
Is
I don't
Fiona
know.
a new person? That would explain the.
Graham got 'em up there.
Oh, there we go. What do you want to read about then, mate?
Yeah, we've got.
Not full name, just first names.
Oh, yeah. Natalie, Happy Dog, Happy. Milo, some names I can't even fucking read, so. Yeah.
Lots of people. We could have just left it at lots of people.
I wanted to do my thing and just put my 2 pence into the show. It's like,
Oh dear God!
what?
That was
Nothing.
amazing.
Nothing. It's
That was absolutely
perfectly
amazing.
alright sausage.
Thank you.
Who's in there? Oh, I can't read the names.
Fuck it.
People in
Oh,
it.
just got another out as well.
Right. So has Fiona gotten back to us as to what's the matter?
No, Fiona, we're 5 minutes over, so if you're going to let us know why you're angry, let us know right now, please, please.
Oh, is that the time?
Yep.
Right, guys, the show's over. We're done. We're gone. Remember, there's loads of trigger warning content through the week. Do please try and catch up with us. You can check us out at triggerwarning.tv. You can join social.triggerwarning.tv if you'd like. You have to hit us up on Twitter or something to get an invite code, which is at Triggered TV. We can catch us all through the week with the podcast and things like that. Thank you so much for spending time with us this evening. It's hugely appreciated to all the rock stars in Troll Central over there. And to everybody else, thanks, guys. We'll be back to speak to you very soon. Bye-bye.